I'm Amelia. Today, we're going to talk about the communication mistake that kills intimacy. So I want you to picture a scene that has played out in millions of homes, probably even yours. You come home after a long, stressful day. You're frustrated with your boss or annoyed with a colleague. You need to vent. You need connection. You start telling your partner about your day, sharing your feelings of frustration. He listens for about 30 seconds, and then he interrupts you. "Okay, I get it," he says. "Here's what you need to do. Tomorrow morning, you schedule a meeting with your boss, and you present these 3 points." And in that instant, all the air goes out of your balloon. You feel a flash of frustration, even anger. You think to yourself, "He's not even listening to me." Meanwhile, your partner is completely bewildered. He just solved your problem for you. He gave you a clear, logical action plan. He was being helpful. So why are you now looking at him with disappointment, or even starting a fight? This is one of the most common and destructive communication breakdowns between men and women, and it's not because he's a bad person who doesn't care. And it's not because you're being irrational, it's because in that moment, you are speaking two completely different languages. He is speaking what linguists call report talk, and you are speaking rapport talk. Today, we are going to learn the difference between these two languages. We'll understand the deep-seated reasons why men jump to fixing, why women need to vent, and I'll give you a simple, powerful framework to bridge this gap and create the deep, empathetic connection you both truly crave. So, what is the difference between these two languages? Rapport talk is the language of information, status, and problem solving. For many men, this is the default mode of communication. The purpose of a conversation is to transmit data, to establish competence, and to find a solution. It's efficient. It's logical. The conversation is a means to an end, fixing the problem. When you present a problem, his brain hears a request for a solution. It's like a computer receiving a query. Its job is to provide an answer. Rapport talk, on the other hand, is the language of connection, intimacy, and shared experience. For many women, this is the default mode. The purpose of a conversation is not just to solve a problem, but to build a bridge of understanding. Sharing a struggle is a way of saying, "I trust you with my vulnerability. Are you with me in this feeling?" The conversation is the point. The feeling of being heard and validated is the solution she is seeking. When a woman shares a problem, she is often making a bid for connection, rapport. When a man hears a problem, he often makes a bid to show competence by offering a solution, report. He is answering the content of her words, while she is speaking from the context of her emotions. He thinks he's being a helpful hero. She feels like her feelings have been dismissed as an inconvenient problem that needs to be quickly and efficiently eliminated. This mismatch creates a cycle of frustration. The more she opens up emotionally, the more he tries to fix it, and the less understood she feels. Over time, both partners may begin to withdraw. She stops sharing, and he stops listening. In reality, both want the same thing, to feel valued and respected. This isn't a flaw in either gender. It's a difference in conditioning that has deep social and even evolutionary roots. Men were traditionally valued for their ability to protect and provide, to solve external problems. Women were traditionally valued for their ability to nurture and maintain social bonds, to manage the internal emotional world. These are echoes from our past that still play out in our living rooms today. The good news is, we don't have to be prisoners of this programming. We can learn to become bilingual. Here is a practical toolkit to bridge the language gap. This requires effort from both sides. For the woman, the speaker, you must state your needs up front. This is the single most powerful thing you can do to prevent this entire misunderstanding. You cannot expect your partner to be a mind reader. You have to give him a clear map to your heart. Before you start venting, you need to explicitly tell him what you need from the conversation. You are giving him a clear job description for the conversation. You are telling him exactly how to be your hero in that moment. It sets him up for success, and it guarantees that you will get the type of support you actually need. For the man, the listener, you must ask the golden question. Your instinct when you hear a problem is to immediately start formulating a solution. It comes from a good place, a desire to help and be useful. You must learn to override this instinct. Your new first response should not be a statement, but a question. The golden question is, thank you for sharing this with me. Do you want me to just listen and support you, or would you like my help in solving it? This question is a relationship superpower. It does three incredible things. First, it immediately shows that you are listening and that you respect her. Second, it honors her intelligence, implying that she probably has her own solutions, but might need something else from you. And third, it clarifies the goal of the conversation, allowing you to show up for her in the exact way she needs. She might say, just listen, and you can relax and just be present. Or she might say, yes, please help me solve it. And now you have explicit permission to put on your problem-solving cape. For both partners, you must practice active empathetic listening. When the goal is rapport, connection, the quality of your listening is everything. This means more than just being silent while the other person talks. Put the distractions away. The phone goes down. The TV goes off. You turn your body towards them. Use nonverbal cues. Nod your head. Maintain eye contact. Use verbal validation. These are small phrases that show you are on her team. Not solutions, but affirmations. The frustration in your relationship is likely not about a lack of love. It is about a lack of understanding. It's about two well-intentioned people speaking different languages and wondering why the other person can't understand them. It's not about him being a callous robot or you being an irrational emotional wreck. It's about him defaulting to the language of report and you defaulting to the language of rapport. True communication isn't about one person learning to speak the other's language perfectly. It's about both of you becoming bilingual. It's about him learning to value connection as a solution in itself, and you learning to clearly and lovingly ask for what you need. When you can do that, you don't just solve problems. You build a sanctuary of deep understanding and trust that can weather any storm. Which role do you find yourself in more often? The fixer or the venter? Share your experience in the comments. And for more insights on how to decode the language of relationships, make sure you subscribe.